Today we're going to be talking about how quarterbacks can throw on the run, and then we're going to give you some great drills to work on throwing on the run. So first things first, we're going to break down the entire mechanical sequence of how you can throw on the run, what you want to be thinking about, how you guys can generate power, and how you're ultimately going to be more accurate. Then we're going to get into some drills to emphasize all the points we're going to cover in this intro here. So on the run, it's really like you want to focus on two areas, your shoulders and then your throwing side foot step. So in the pocket, let's talk about throwing from the pocket first, because that'll make it easier for you to understand. If I'm in the pocket and let's say I'm trying to throw towards this camera right here, my first step, or my step, is going to be with my left foot, right? And when I step with my left foot, I'm going to keep some weight loaded on my back leg. And what are my shoulders going to do? My shoulders aren't going to come open. My shoulders are going to rotate back, because that puts me in a position called dissociation. Dissociation is where my upper body is separate from my lower body. My front foot's down, but my weight, my shoulders are back. So now my hips can fire through before the shoulders do, creating a whip, and that will create something called torque, which is how we get more power on the ball. So on the run, you want to be able to try to get to that same exact position, but it's a different step. Let's say I'm running at the camera here. I want to keep my hips and my shoulders nice and relaxed, and I'm stepping with my throwing side foot at the camera. So when I step with my throwing side foot, that's when I want to rotate my shoulders, because this throwing side foot step drives my hips in a sense towards the target. So I go here, I step, and when I do that, I want to rotate, separate my hands, so now my shoulders and my hips are separate. So now I kick through with the left leg, same time my arm goes through, that keeps me on the run, and that's how I create that whipping effect and get that correct mechanical sequence on the move. Now, another thing to be accurate on the run, and again, we're gonna have drills to work on all of this stuff, but if I'm rolling out to the right here, I don't wanna step, rotate my shoulders, and then fade away, guys. You wanna kick towards the target, almost like you got sand on your foot, like you were trying to kick sand at the target. You're rotating back, you kick, and we were trying to keep my belly button, hips, and shoulders facing the target as I release. A lot of guys, what they like to do is they will step, rotate, and go around. Their release goes across their frame. Let's say I'm throwing to my weak side. I step, I rotate, but I bail, and my arm flies, so I'm coming across, missing left to right. So keep those shoulders and hips parallel, belly button at the target, and rotate those shoulders as we step with my throwing side foot. Now, before we get into these drills to work on throwing on the run, if you're a quarterback and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches this offseason, we are coming out to 9 more states across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. Most of these camps, you guys, are completely sold out, but we still have available spots for our camps in Buffalo, New York, Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. But guys, we have probably less than 8 spots remaining in all of those camps. So if you would like to attend, guys, feel free. Check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our quarterback and wide receiver off-season camps. Let's get back to this video. So now this first drill to work on throwing on the run is something called a single leg on the run throw. So what you're going to do is you're going to balance on your throwing side foot, because remember, in our throwing on the run sequence, we step with my throwing side foot, and what am I supposed to do when that foot gets down? I'm supposed to rotate back with my shoulders, and then what am I supposed to do when the ball comes through? I'm supposed to kick through with my left leg to keep that energy flow going towards the target. So this is just an easy warm-up drill that you could do to work on that exact sequence. And I'll, of course, show this example full speed in a second. But you're going to stand on one foot, balance just like so, hips and shoulders are relaxed, and you're going to rotate and turn your left shoulder to the target, which should be about 10 yards in front of you, and you're going to separate your hands, keeping your left foot tucked. One of the common mistakes that people will make on this drill is that they'll rotate and their left foot is swinging all over the place, or their non-throwing side foot if you're a left-handed quarterback. But you're here, standing on your throwing side foot, rotate the shoulders and separate, and you're just going to kick through and you're going to let go of the ball before this left foot gets down. Another mistake guys will do is they will rotate and step and throw. I want to let go of the ball before my left foot makes contact with the ground. So I'm going to show you how this drill should look, full speed, to work on your throwing on the run sequence. Now this next drill to work on throwing on the run is called a 4-step jog throw. So this kind of builds off of that single leg throw and obviously works on your throwing on the run sequence while actually moving at a decent full speed pace, okay? So you're gonna start out here. So your 4th step on this, because we're gonna be throwing off of my 4th step. This will make more sense in a second. But your first step on this is always going to be with your non-throwing side foot. So if you're a right-handed quarterback, that's with your left foot. If you're a left-handed quarterback, that is with your right foot. So you're stepping with that foot first. So you're gonna be just on a nice light jog. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Notice how my shoulders, my hips don't move. I'm not running like this, scoping the target. I'm staying nice and relaxed. Then on my 4th step, I'm going to rotate. My left foot stays back as I rotate my shoulders, and then I kick through as I am releasing the ball. Just like that stretch that we do, that toy soldier stretch, where you're touching your foot to your hand. So again, I'll show you somewhat full speed, and then I'll show it actual full speed with a throw. So you're starting out. Remember, we step with my non-throwing side foot first, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And just kick through, keeping my hips and my shoulders parallel to the target. Like I said, I'll show you how this should look full speed. Now, before we get into this next full speed throwing on the run drill, guys, if you're a quarterback and you would like to improve your reading defense's ability, check out that second link in the description below where you can get access to over 500 videos that I myself have made, all based on reading defenses. We talk about how to identify coverages. I'll throw a piece of film up on, like, a screen. It'll be a college film, high school, NFL film. We'll talk about the coverage, how you can identify the coverage, and the weaknesses of each coverage, which is so important to know as a quarterback. If you can beat a defense with your mind, that will make up for a lack of physical attributes that you have. So guys, if you want to improve your football IQ, check out that second link in the description below. Let's get back to this video. Now, this next drill to work on your throwing on the run skills is more of like an escape situation. So it's not like a sprint out where you take the snap, we roll out to the left, we square up to the target, and we run downhill. This is like the play breaks down and we have to get out and be able to extend the play and deliver an accurate ball. So you're going to start out here. We are treating this like we were getting unblocked B gap pressure, right? So I have my center right here, then I have the A gap, then I have my guard, then I have the B gap, and then I have my tackle, right? So we're treating it like between the guard and the tackle, that defensive end worked my guy. I'm getting a blitz like a linebacker, coming right through the middle at my front hip as a quarterback. So we're going set, go. 1, 2, 3. If you're a right-handed quarterback, we're treating it like I'm getting B gap pressure from the left. If I'm a left-handed quarterback, I'm treating it like I'm getting B gap pressure from the right. So we go back, I hit my 3-step drop. We're gonna give a jab and escape. If I got a guy coming at my front hip, that's a very tough angle for that defensive end. So we're gonna throw a little jab, head and shoulder fake. We're going to push off the jab, escaping, rolling out, snapping my head around. You're gonna need a partner maybe about 10 to 12 yards away. When he flashes his hands, you're gonna rotate your shoulders, shoot through and throw. So I call this a jab escape quarterback on the run drill. I'm gonna show you how this should look full speed.